Mind control.
Mind control.
Imagine not being able to move or control anything on your body but your brain. That is mind control.
Yeah.
And that mind control can now be translated into actual control of electronic devices, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just from thinking about it.
Just thinking.
Now, so what we're talking about is we're talking about Neuralink. Neuralink, so there was a video that was posted on X, and this Neuralink participant was shown on video playing chess and operating a computer with his brain.
Now the thing about the gentleman, he's a complete quadriplegic. So quadriplegia, paralyzed from basically the shoulders down. And he's playing chess on his what looked to be a Mac computer, maybe.
I mean, we can play the video. Yeah, I mean, we can even because I think it's actually something we should see because it's pretty impressive.
Amazing.
Pretty impressive.
It's very amazing. I mean, what Elon Musk and his company it was like the very top. It was the very top.
That's what I thought too.
Just having Neuralink up there, probably.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. But I mean, he's literally on there controlling his computer and playing chess with his mind. And here's the video. We found the video right there. This is the same video.
It is. This is a 9-minute video. Let's see if we can find something a little bit shorter.
A little chopped down.
Yeah, something condensed. Let's just go back.
Right here.
Here's a 20-second
20-second clip. You'll get the idea here. While we wait for this to load.
All right. No, I just want to make sure it was going to show up on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and watch and listen to this.
It just became intuitive for me to start imagining the cursor moving. Basically, it was like using the force on a cursor, and I could get it to move wherever I wanted. Just stare somewhere in the screen, and it would move where I wanted it to, which was such a wild. I think it just became intuitive for me to start imagining the cursor moving.
Now there's a
basically, it was like
there's a longer video that
there's
we
a longer
watched.
video. Yeah.
And in that video, he basically just details how it wouldn't have even been possible before. He is this young man is a big fan of the Civilization video game. So I don't know if you know much about Civilization.
I've never.
So Civilization's
is it like The Sims?
No, it's more like that game Risk that you would play. Like conquering different countries and everything, but it's very fast paced. And he said, like, hey, the first time I could do that, I was up till 6 a.m. playing it. And I mean, you don't really think about it like as people like that are more able-bodied like you and I. I mean, if we had a game, I remember when you and I would play Call of Duty like after work, and we'd play it till like 2 a.m. We'd be playing zombies, right? But he detailed how he needed help previously, and he couldn't ask his parents to stay up till 2-3 in the morning with him playing Civilization. So this is even something as simple as like a video game just gives him that happiness again. And it starts small, at like anything, it's going to start small with just being able to play chess and maybe manipulate his computer. But what applications, when he gets a little bit more versed, is he going to be able to do? I mean, we talked about it as kind of like telekinesis, right?
Right.
Well, anytime you watch a superhero movie, anytime you read a book, whoever has the telekinesis or superpowers, it's kind of weak at first. They can move something around. What's he going to be able to do when he develops that muscle a bit more? You know what I mean?
Right.
It might be full autonomy for him.
See, that's pretty. I just think this technology is absolutely remarkable, bro. Like, it is absolutely insane.
Well, we were, but before this video, we were scrolling through X, And there was a headline I read, and it was Elon Musk saying, in theory, we could make it so a man who was born without sight can see with Neuralink.
Did we talk about that last time?
We did not talk about that last
that?
time. No. I think that's very interesting, and I think it's a very bold statement.
That is, so I watched a video on that, and let me see real fast if I can find the video. But I mean, if this is possible,
I don't think it is.
You don't think so? Why do you think so, or why do you not think so?
The eyes are a muscle, just like anything else.
Yeah,
right?
but I don't think you understand how Neuralink would help the blind see.
Maybe I don't, but here's what I know. Like for my son, right? My son's never been able to walk or anything, right? And he's 9, he's going on 10. Let's say you put Neuralink in there, right? In my son. There's no way my son will be able to walk with Neuralink, man. There's no way. He's never used those muscles. They're like atrophied almost.
Okay,
I would say.
Naturally walk? No. Actually walk? Yes.
Well, Wyatt has a thing that we can put on our legs and strap in where we can walk with him.
Yeah, so I mean, but he's not the one controlling it.
No. But there's other things that he can get that help him walk, that simulate him walking. He doesn't have it, but there's this little boy that we follow on Facebook who he's kind of like Wyatt, and his mom does a lot with this company in Texas, and it's they hook him up, and it's like robot legs pretty much, and it lets this little boy walk. Now I don't understand, but I don't know if this little boy, his name's Elijah, if he's actually comprehending what's going on, because he's still really little, but I just don't know. I think it's very bold statements when Elon goes on there and says, oh, we're going to be able to help people see, we're going to help them walk. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's going to go into that, man, and you might be giving false hope.
But I don't think so. I think if you understood why or how it cures a blindness, I don't think you'll really say that.
Oh, I want it to work.
Okay,
I want it to work more than anything.
I wish there were. I watched this video and I wish I knew exactly where it was. Is this it? This is it. Yes. All right. And I think this is. I think this is the spot I want. So let's check this out here.
Tap it in.
16 electrodes for a total of 1,024
So these electrodes go in the brain
that work as both input and output for the N1 implant device. The N1 is just a tiny computer with a Bluetooth radio. Elon Musk will often say that it's basically just a Fitbit or smartwatch in your skull, and that's true. The N1 can record neural activity through every channel and transmit that data wirelessly into a computer. It can also work the other way and stimulate neural activity by injecting current into the brain through every channel. The idea is that through this stimulation, Neuralink can bypass the eye and generate a visual image directly into the brain. They would take a video feed from a digital camera that is streamed wirelessly to a smartphone, which would convert that image data into a neural signal and transmit that to the N1 implant, which would send that signal through electrical current directly into the neurons of the visual cortex. So, in addition to their Neuralink, the person would just need to wear a GoPro-style camera on their forehead and have a phone in their pocket. Obviously, this will require a profound understanding of how visual processing works inside the brain. And that's what Neuralink is working on figuring out right now. They have to decode the input and output signals that create a visual image. So how do you do that? Neuralink showed us 2 test monkeys with N1 implants wired into their visual cortex. And what they do is have the monkeys sit in front of a black screen and show them a series of white dots moving around to different locations. They use infrared eye tracking to know exactly where the monkey is looking on the screen. When the monkey looks directly at the white dot, he is rewarded with a sip of a banana smoothie. Using the N1, they can monitor exactly which neurons are activating as the monkey looks around. What they discovered was that every cell in the cortex is representative of a tiny part of the visual field. So, your perception of the world is a mosaic of signals from all of the neurons in your visual cortex.
Make more sense?
This is really good for Neuralink because it means that they can tie specific areas of the brain.
I don't know, man.
So they're replicating the image
into the brain.
They're just
So they're not actually seeing.
They're just sending electrical signals to that part of the brain that correlates to the actual image.
So that's what they'd see. Those dots.
It would start off as dots, but I mean, look at any of the TVs, anything we've ever invented.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
they were super grainy. They were
Right.
and even like 15 years ago, you go back and you watch like footage of like an NBA game or a Super Bowl. It's kind of
Grainy,
pixelated.
Yeah, it's
but
like
now you watch
staticky,
today,
right?
And it's like, wow, it's like I'm there,
Right.
or even like video games.
So I mean,
Like-
this is just the beginning.
It's crazy. Like, I just wonder what they're gonna do actually for like quadriplegics or people that are disabled in certain ways. Like, are they gonna be able to make them? Because they're already differently abled people, but like, are they gonna make them even more differently abled people? Like, are they gonna make them like Wyatt? Like, Wyatt can't walk, right? But will Wyatt be able to like support himself and like sit up? You know what I mean? Maybe he won't ever be able to grab a fork and a knife and like cut a steak.
That's what
you
I'm
know
saying.
what I mean?
Maybe he will.
But maybe Wyatt will be able to pick up like a piece of steak off and like eat it.
Maybe he will though.
The only thing I want out of all of that, if Wyatt ever was able to get like a Neuralink, would be to be able to talk. That's it. Like, just have him like talk, not even like a conversation. I would love that, but it's not like that's what I expect. It'd just like be like, hey, did you have a good day today? Yeah. Like, hey, like I love you too. Like, that'd be awesome. I don't expect to like sit there and be like, hey man, what do you think about like Christian McCaffrey going for 150 today?
What if he can talk though?
That'd be so wild. But then I would actually wonder,
almost like in a Stephen Hawking form, even like
that'd be wild.
You know what I'm saying?
That'd be wild. Like, if he could just like kind of sit there and like I'd ask him a question and it would just go through a computer like, hey Tom, I'm doing really good today.
Right.
I hope you are too. Like, that'd be so crazy, bro. But at the same time, I would just love to hear like his actual voice.
Oh, that would be even, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
what do
yeah.
you sound like, bro? Because I know what you sound like when you laugh. I know what you sound like when you like kind of babble at me. But like, what would you sound like if you went, hey Tom, I want ice cream, bro? Or let's get pizza.
Like, what would that sound like?
What would that sound like? And then at the same time, I would wonder how much of that's him and how much of that is Neuralink, like, giving me what I want to hear.
I thought about that too. Almost like there could be like a negative to it.
Yeah.
Not and maybe not necessarily like a negative, but like it's not 100%.
Him.
Yes. Like it's
99%.
Maybe there's
him.
some kind of algorithm in there that produces, maybe it better articulates, or maybe
what he's
it
saying, or
yeah.
feeling.
Right.
That'd be cool. Like, my biggest thing's always been like people say, well, it's okay because why it's in his world, right? Like, but like I don't want him in his world. I want him in ours. You know what I mean? So like, what if the Neuralink takes him even out of his world and puts him in Elon's world? You know what I mean?
No,
I don't want him in Elon's world. I want him in mine.
What do you mean?
Like, so Elon's world, man, like he has access to everything.
I gotcha.
All the data. Like all of them. Like, and hey.
Or you're saying like also like Elon could maybe artificially influence some of his Wyatt's perspectives.
Correct. Like, oh yeah, well, hey, let's just say, let's say Wyatt gets it and he's had it for a while and they've updated him and or updated the system on him and everything.
Updated him,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that was shitty. Updated the system.
But I mean, that's
like
basically
that.
where you're going with
Yeah.
it. That's
And say Wyatt, like,
holy shit, bro. We are becoming cyborgs.
we are. But like, think about it. Like, Wyatt's 19 at this point, let's say.
Right.
Politics are on TV, right? And hey, we're coming on for another president, right? And Megan and I are talking, well, we really like him. You know what I mean? We really like him. But if Elon doesn't like that guy and Elon hears it, he can influence Wyatt to not like that either.
Man, that's real deep. But you know what?
But there's pros and there's cons to everything. And especially with Neuralink, there's going to be a pro, a con, and there's even going to be a new term invented for the middle ground. You know what I mean? Like,
I think there are a lot of things that, you know, are good that require sacrifice.
absolutely.
But like we talked about before, you know, with the terms and conditions on the TVs, you know, you got to sacrifice something.
A little bit of autonomy to get what you want. Just
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's just
And
literally
but
accepting that they can watch what you're watching.
Right.
Or not even watch, but gather data on what you're watching. And as we discussed before too, I don't care if they do that, but give me the good stuff from that. You know, let me reap a reward from what you're doing. Because like we talked about Netflix last week, right?
Right.
Hey man, you've been gathering data on me for 15 years now, and you still offer me dog shit on
Right.
my suggested. Come on, like, get me what I want, dude. And also, we're paying $27 a month.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about, you know, a brain implant. Are we ready to sacrifice some of those? At least right now we have an illusion. Some of us have an illusion of freedom of thought.
Mhm.
If we get this, if people start getting Neuralink, I mean, then there's absolutely no illusion of freedom of thought.
Nothing. I mean, think about like I talked. We talked maybe.
Especially if it's connected to a network.
Exactly. That's what we talked about a couple podcasts ago. Like
Right.
when I talked about anxiety with you and like Neuralink, I get that shit so that if I started having a panic attack, it could just boom right down and out, right? But they know what's triggering my anxiety. So what if they need to put me in a situation, you know, or what if they have these people and they're trying to control it? Like,
Flip side.
hey, guess
Flip
what?
side.
We know what makes this guy tick at this point. We know that he gets nervous about this. We're going to flood his thoughts all with that. All negative.
Bro, what if you don't accept the terms and conditions of your software update for your Neuralink?
So there was a kind of a movie about that. There's kind of a movie about that
Is there?
called Johnny Mnemonic
Mm-hmm.
with Keanu Reeves.
I feel like I've seen that.
I talked to you about it recently, where he basically is a guy that downloads information into his brain and brings it to other corporations and stuff, but he doesn't do a software update, and it just wreaks havoc on him, and he can be hacked and shit like that at that point. So if you don't update your terms and conditions, what if it's like Johnny Mnemonic, where someone can go in and hack your brain, all your fuck getting your phone? You know, like at this point, my social security, I don't keep my social security. I don't even put the stuff, my social in on my phone. I do it at home on my laptop. You know what I mean? Because I have the VPN, I have the double encrypted everything. Dave from Pittsburgh taught me all of that, and it just has become old hat for me now, like to protect at home. I don't ever put my social in on my phone because just in case, right? But I know my social in my head.
Yeah.
So if they really want to get
You're
me,
not deleting it out of your head.
I ain't deleting it. No, I'm not. So hey,
You can't delete that file.
and what about this too, man? A lot of stuff in your memory. You know what I mean? Like, say you're 50 years old and there's these people that become like brain pirates, and they want money from you.
That's what I'm saying.
At 50 years
you get
old-
hacked. Your brain gets hacked.
What's going to be some of the most precious things in your mind when you're 50? Memories of your parents that might have passed away, memories of locations. Hey, if you don't give us all this, we're just going to delete it. We're just going to delete it. And they could.
Yeah, then I guess you could delete memories. At
But
that
also,
point.
how cool would that be to delete memories? What about that heartbreak that you went through? You know what I mean?
Bro, are you trying to sell Neuralink?
Dude, I would love to sell Neuralink. I'd be a great Neuralink salesman. I'll sell you a Chevy, and then I'll sell you a Neuralink so that you can drive it with your thoughts.
There
You know
you
what
go.
I'm saying? Like, I'm just chilling in the back seat on my iPad, and like, oh shit, yeah, we gotta get up to 55. Look at it. Zzz, you know what I mean? Keep in the middle. You know, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it. Neuralink's gonna do some cool stuff. It's also gonna be something that is gonna be hotly debated and contested for a while, and I think that as we delve into that road, it's gonna be very interesting.